If your face paint ever looks streaky or chalky, you're probably activating it wrong. In today's Mehron Masterclass episode, I'm going to be showing you how to activate Mehron face paints. Welcome to the Mehron Masterclass, everything that you ever wanted to know about face paint. I'm Kristen, and I'm here to teach you tips and tricks of how to use face paint to help you create beautiful SFX and face paint makeup looks. I always get a lot of questions about the Mehron Aqua face paints and how to use them and how to activate them. When you open up a Mehron face paint, it will look something like this. This is when it's in its dry state. This has been used before, but as you can see, there's no paint here. It's completely dry. The Aqua Paradise Mehron face paints are activated with water, so you can either spray it with water or you can dip a brush into the water and swirl it around. And you want to get the whole thing completely wet, and what I usually do is I keep swirling it around until I get a good consistency. When I'm doing a full face and body look, like using this as a solid color in the background, I want to make sure that my brush is completely filled, and you kind of want the paint to have almost a yogurt-like consistency. That's kind of what it should look like. You don't want it to drip. You see how it's wet and it's like not dripping out of the pan, but it's definitely on there. Roll this around until I feel like the brush is filled, and then I will apply it to the skin. And it comes out in a very nice, solid color. And you see with this, I only did one layer and it's completely solid. But after you let it dry, if you see that there is some sparse areas, you can put another layer on top, but you want to make sure it's completely dry before the second layer. So again, I feel the key is not putting too much water, but making sure it does have a nice creamy consistency. Then making sure that you really swirl it into the brush so that the brush is evenly coated. And then when the paint is completely dry, it'll be dry to the touch and won't come off. And the same rules apply when using a smaller brush that you're using for finer details. You still don't want the paint to be too wet. As someone who uses face paints nearly every day, Mehron is my favorite. I feel like they have the best pigments and best formula, and I feel like it always looks great on the skin. If you'd like to try the Mehron face paints for yourself, I linked them down below. If you'd like to learn more about face paint or SFX makeup, be sure to follow so that you can see next week's episode.